Hey everyone, under the new tax rule, there is no income tax on earning up to 12 lakh. But what happens if you earn more than that? Say from your salary, investments, rent or dividends. That extra income is still taxed at higher rates. Now what if I tell you there's a legal way to split that additional income and save tax using something available to almost every Hindu family in India? Welcome to HUF, Hindu Undivided Family, a smart structure that helps you organize family wealth and reduce your overall tax liability. With smart planning, an HUF can help you make 4 lakh of extra income completely tax-free on top of your personal 12 lakh exemption. That's a real saving of 1 to 1.5 lakh rupees in taxes every year, and most people don't even realize it. So in this video, we'll break down everything you need to know about HUFs, including what exactly is an HUF and who can legally create it, how the tax benefit work, what kind of income you can show under HUF. Next, we'll discuss how you can start investment with HUF account using groww platform. Finally, I'll cover some common mistakes and gray area to avoid. So if you're someone who is building wealth through investment, real estate or even a family business, this is a strategy you should definitely know. So watch this video till the end. Alright, let's get started. So HUF stands for Hindu Undivided Family, and it's not something you register like a company. It's actually a legal entity under Indian law created automatically when a Hindu family is formed. It means when you get married and start a family, your HUF is born by default. But here is the interesting part. Even though an HUF is formed automatically in theory, to get the legal and tax benefits, you need to formally create it. This includes getting an HUF PAN card, then opening a separate bank account in the name of HUF and creating declaration deed that lists the Karta and the members. Now who can legally create an HUF? So you must be Hindu, Sikh, Jain or Buddhist. Basically anyone covered under Hindu personal law. The HUF must consist of at least 2 members. The Karta, which is typically the eldest male, but now females can also be Karta. And at least one more co-partner. This can be your spouse or children. As soon as you have children, they become co-partners too. Now over time, your investments, properties and even gifts received in the HUF name can help you build a parallel family corpus with separate taxation. Now let us understand how tax benefit work with HUF account. So think of HUF as a completely separate person in eyes of income tax department. Just like you, your HUF gets its own PAN card, tax exemption limit and even deductions like EDC, ATD, etc. just like any individual PAN. Under the new tax regime, there is zero tax on income up to 12 lakh rupee. But this rule does not apply to HUF. HUF follows a different tax structure. Here the basic exemption limit is 2.5 lakh under the old tax slab. Then you have 5%, 20%, 30% tax applies. But the good part is, HUFs are still allowed to claim deduction like ADC, ATD, etc. However, you can opt for new tax slab where the exemption limit is 3 lakh. But in that case, you can't claim deductions like ATC, ATD, etc. So let's say your personal income is 12 lakh under the new regime. So you don't have to pay any tax. But now, let's say you are also earning 4 to 5 lakh from investments. It could be your, let's say, rental income, mutual funds or stock gains, then dividend income or even family property income. Now, instead of adding this to your personal income, you can show it under your HUF. So what happens? Your HUF being a separate entity can now claim 2.5 lakh basic exemption under old tax slab. Then claim 1.5 lakh under ATC if you invest in options like PPF, ELSS in HUF's name. And even show expenses like health insurance under ATD if it pays for members' medical cover. This means you can potentially make 4 to 5 lakh tax-free under the HUF while also keeping your personal 12 lakh tax-free. Completely legal and fully within the system. On this 4 to 5 lakh of extra income, you would normally pay around 1 to 1.25 lakh in tax depending on regime. But by routing it through HUF and using exemptions plus deductions, your tax can be zero. That's a 100% saving on that additional income year after year. Now you might be wondering, how do you actually show this extra income under your HUF? It's not like you just declare it one day and can be done. There are proper ways to root this income legally. Let's understand this. So first of all, you need to open an HUF account and create your HUF legally. For this, you will need an affidavit declaration creation of HUF, PAN card in HUF's name, then a separate bank account in HUF's name. Once you are done with first step, you can transfer assets or income sources. So there are multiple ways you can transfer assets or income source. First option is HUF income can include your gifts received from relative or parents. Here please note that you, that is Karta, cannot transfer your personal salary or freelancing income to HUF. That will still be taxed under your own name. Remember that if you are transferring post-tax money from your personal income to HUF, you won't save any tax. The earning from that money still will be taxed in your personal hand. But you can always ask your parents or relative to transfer fund to HUF account, and later you can always settle things on personal terms. Then second way is, if there's an inherited property or ancestral wealth, you can transfer it to HUF account. And then let's say there's a rental income that would be part of HUF income. And then you can invest that money into mutual funds or individual stocks. And when you earn capital gain on that investment, or let's say dividend, it will help you save tax. Here the next important question is, how do you invest your money into mutual funds or individual stocks using HUF account? Let's discuss it. To invest in individual stocks from HUF account, you would need a separate Demat account. So far, opening a Demat account for HUF was a manual and document-intensive offline process that would take a good few weeks. But thanks to groww, now you can do 100% paperless onboarding and account activation within 2 days. All you need is HUF PAN and bank account statement along with Karta's PAN and Aadhaar card. Once it is done, you can invest in mutual funds and stocks from your HUF account and track everything in one place. Let me quickly show you the process. So just click on the link to start HUF investment with groww, click on proceed, just log in, then enter the details like mobile number, etc. Then upload the HUF PAN card, confirm and submit. Next, upload the HUF bank statement, then enter few details, then upload the sign with HUF seal. Next, validate your Aadhaar detail from DigiLocker, then take selfie, then enter Karta details. Next, enter co-partner details including wife and kids if any. Finally, validate the information and submit the form. Your KYC would be completed. Now let's move on to the final part of this video, that is common mistakes and grey areas to avoid. So first of all, don't consider HUF as a tax shelter to transfer your income. As discussed earlier, you cannot transfer your personal salary or business income to HUF account to dodge taxes. Income must genuinely belong to HUF, typically ancestral property, gifts, or income generated by HUF assets. Then HUF is a separate legal entity and must maintain proper accounts, bank statement, and supporting documents. Third, do not expect unlimited exemption or do not double claim deductions. While HUF enjoys separate tax slabs and exemption, it still follows the same tax rule and limits as an individual. Next, make sure that you update your HUF structure in case of childbirth or death in the family. Okay, before we close this video, one last critical question I want to address. Can you apply for HUF PAN individually or should you consult a CA or tax expert? So you can definitely apply for HUF PAN yourself if you are comfortable with paperwork and compliance. It would help you save some fee. And you can do it online also. The process of HUF creation starts with the creation of an HUF deed, which include declaration by family member stating the creation of HUF, names of the Karta, and all co-partners and details of contribution made by family members. Next, fill out form 49A online to apply for an HUF PAN card, and then open a separate bank account under the name HUF. This account will be used for all financial transactions, including investments and the income the HUF earns. However, if you are planning to transfer ancestral assets or income into HUF, or have multiple sources of income like rent, capital gain, business income that you want to allocate under HUF, or want clarity on grey areas like gifting to HUF, tax planning, and long-term legal implication, then you can consult a CA or tax expert. So that's it for this video. HUF isn't just a legacy structure, it's a legit tax planning tool, still very relevant under the new regime. With income up to 12 lakh now tax-free for individuals, HUF becomes your second tax identity, allowing you to legally split income like your rents, dividends, or capital gains, and save tax on 4 to 5 lakh every year. But remember, don't misuse it, don't treat it as a loophole, and always document your transactions properly. Whether you are starting to invest or you already have inherited wealth, structuring it the right way can make a big difference in long-term wealth creation and tax efficiency. And if you want to open an HUF Demat account online, I have provided the link of groww platform in the pinned comment. It's super easy. So if this video helped simplify HUF for you, give this video a like and share it with your family, because this structure only works when the family is aligned. If you have any doubt, let me know in the comments. I'll see you next video. Till then, take care.